Nobody's here yet. It's just you and me. Hey. I see you. So we're waiting for Jimena and Joan, and we're here for our Heart Gardens. And I'm really glad that you could make it. So I did some writing today, and we'll get to the Our Heart Gardens part. But for the moment, I want to be in the now that is the magic. I write automatic writing sometimes, and I never had a way of determining whether it was true or real, or was it just me, or so I did some today, and it's happened twice before where I wrote an entire page right down to the very end. And I thought at the time that it would be a really neat way to show it's true, that it's authentic, and that it's really, sacred writing, if you know what I mean. And it's, I like what happens. It's a letter to you. And it says, took a picture of it too. It's in my journal. Oh, somebody's here. I get to tell somebody. Who's here? Well, I heard you. Breakout rooms. Who's coming? Who's coming? Just me? Come on, Jimena. Joan, come on. So anyway, I'm going to start reading because, well, they'll come along when they do. Dear you, I want you to know, I know you remember the dreams we had of a beautiful world that seemed to be shattered. I'm sorry. My heart is yours. I want you to remember those dreams now. Now, those feelings will begin. Are real now. The warmth of the wonder that is you, that is us. You are so beautiful. I want you to remember and to love yourself the way I love you. I am you. Signed, SonLight, sparkling on the waters. No, you can't see. I'll show you a picture later. And the other page, the facing page, says, I am Shannon Kathleen McArthur, also known as SonLight, sparkling on the waters. Once known as the sunshine, sparkling on the waters. Only accepted after a struggle. I wonder, I think I'm hearing something I need to pay attention to. My Joan, she needs to come and join us. She's coming, she's coming. She's probably in the breakout. I can see where she's coming. Not yet. Oh, oh no. I'm in the wrong room. Huh. Look at that. I didn't even notice. It says Gaia's Zoom room. Maybe I need to go there. Ah, that means this recording is going to be gone. Oh, well. I came to get you, Joan. Come to Gaia's Zoom room.
Oh, what? Oh, you're over in your own room?
Yeah, it says Gaia's
I thought it was
room.
a breakout room.
Yeah, have a look at the breakout rooms, and Gaia's Zoom room is there. And just join it.
Yeah, breakout.
I'm in the breakout room. I think I'm in the right one now. Yes. I forgot you were there. Well, I hope she can figure out. Come. Where are you, my dear? I have more than one piece of machinery here.
I had Joan in the main room, and then I was trying to get back to help her in here, and she disappeared.
Yeah, and she had a little trouble with her video. And so I'm encouraging her, we'll try again, she says. Once I get to the campfire, how do I get to Gaia's Zoom room? She needs a little help.
That's where I'll be there.
Thank you so much.
And
I love your unicorn. You look like a pirate, man.
Here's Joan. Admit to main session. Now I got to be out there to get her. I'll be right. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want. There I am.
How do you like my sand eye?
Nice.
Oh, you're busy looking at stuff.
Why am I not? I don't understand. Oh no, that's what I do. Found it. Okay, be right back.
I'll things with good time. I'll start at the beginning again. Maybe I'll cut all of this off. I was told my microphone gets interfered with by my hair.
All right, we're here.
Yay! And that
I got this
crowd goes wild. What?
thing that popped up when I was trying to figure out how to get to Gaia's Zoom room. That said my video wasn't working, but it is now. So good.
You're looking good.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So, okay, you have a nice background again too. You have your sand. Now I
Yeah.
haven't figured out how to do that yet.
Oh, well, I will have to have a talk about that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to have a room to do that.
I'm not sure, but you know what? I think that probably not Carlos, our friend right outside the door there. Marco, that's better. Marco, it's Carlos. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know him. How bad is that? Oh my
It's
God.
okay. I do the same thing all the time.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
How are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm very well, actually. I'm very
I'm
well
glad to hear
indeed.
that.
Yeah. Last
Very
week it
good.
was 14 hours a day average on this
Ow.
machine. Oh my gosh. I don't like it that it tells me how long I've been working. If it was playing games, that would be different, but I don't play games.
Well, but you're working hard, and that's good stuff that you're doing there.
Man, I'm pretty passionate about it. It's true.
I knew
Yeah.
that.
And yeah, that's the only reason that I don't get to my website. But today I'm writing a post because
Nice.
yeah, you know, I'm looking at the ways things are falling into place. You know, the dreams of the past are actually seeming to fall into place.
Mhm.
And if all that I believe is actually true, then this is the beginning of the wheel turning.
Mhm.
And all of those dreams are actually really coming true. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. And that's why I'm really jazzed about this, because people are beginning to talk about it. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, everybody's not everybody, but
Lots of people.
it's a whisper, you know, it's a rumor. It's a lovely
Ah.
little undercurrent.
Did you
Uh,
hear about OhGs?
yeah. And I don't know if they've actually put that name to it, but it's like Julie put at the top of the Oops page,
Mhm.
um, she had a little icon for, I guess, Gaia holding the earth with a little green sprout above it.
Mhm.
Oh, geez, underneath it. It was so cute. Oh, I
Yeah.
was
But
so,
that's what happens. We just, that's such a saying that people just say to, not even
it's the
thinking
best
about it.
advertising
Oh,
ever, man.
geez.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
no. Her genius, you know, the way she has inspired me is so much fun. You know,
Good.
and
Oh, good.
if we can't go forward in fun, I don't want to go. Just
I
don't
can
want to go.
appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
And so when this new thing that's come up is that I've been doing automatic writing.
Really?
Not often. And what's happened is that the first time it happened, I was really quite blown away. Um, and as I am each time it happens, but I fill a full page. Exactly,
Wow.
down to the end. There is no scribbling up the side of the corner or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it seems like that is a validation
Mm.
of truth.
Yeah.
And the writing is so beautiful. You
Well,
know,
that's good.
I know I write sometimes, but it swoops and oh,
Uh-huh.
beautiful script.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't.
No, because you're.
I can screen share.
Oh yes, you can.
Oh, yes, I can.
Yes, 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 yes.
Right, so I,
You know, I've read a few books about automatic writing.
really?
Back in my teens, I think,
Yeah,
I read a couple of. Do you know who Ruth Montgomery is?
I think so.
And a couple of other people wrote about automatic writing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some fiction books about it too. Very good. I remember doing that way back when I was reading books like that back then.
So let me share screen.
Yes.
And here we go. So this is the writing.
Ooh,
See how beautiful that is?
my, yes, yes.
So
That's just like using the dancing script, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Mm.
And so I read, or I wrote this one first,
Uh-huh.
and then I wrote this one.
Wow.
And I thought I would read it to you.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. Dear you, I want you to know, I know you remember the dreams we had of a beautiful world that seemed to be shattered. I'm sorry. My heart is yours. I want you to remember those dreams now. Now, those feelings will begin, are real now. The warmth of the wonder that is us. You are so beautiful. I want you to remember and to love yourself the way I love you. I am you. Sunlight sparkling on the waters.
Oh, that is so cool. Wow. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. I like that. Dare you.
and the second page goes on, I am Shannon Kathleen McArthur, also known as Sunlight Sparkling on the Waters, once known as Sunshine Sparkling on the Waters, only accepted after a struggle to accept it because it was too beautiful, and no one would believe I didn't choose it myself and therefore be seen as vain, presumptuous, overly affected. But once I realized everyone sparkles, we are all sparks of our great Father, energized through his gaze. We have multiplied and burgeoned, and that great love and the one and all he shines upon receive and make much of the matter that matters when it matters to you. You can listen to your heart now. We're all going to be doing that now. Let's turn ourselves forward.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, kind of blown away.
Yeah, that's great.
And so I'm going to edit this down so that I've got the reading of it. I'm so glad to share it with you here in
Thank you.
Gaia's Zoom room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And talking about our heart gardens and the way I see it, this is how the one we are begins to become aware of itself, is through the Zoom rooms. We're
Yeah,
zooming into the future.
we are.
Yeah. And
The
it's,
perfect name for this, you know.
yeah, yeah. She has inspired so many things in my life, and especially to do with our heart gardens.
Yeah.
You know, the name itself was kind of magically kind of magically happened, because it used to be heart gardens,
Mhm.
and then I couldn't get that, and I had to think about, well, if it actually was the right name, what would it be? And so I went through numbers of iterations, and then I got this one. And it
Yeah,
was, yes, the domain name, everything is falling into place. And then
absolutely.
my email address happened as well that way,
Yeah.
sparkling with all.
Yeah.
And how lovely is that? It just
Mhm.
goes along with the story, you
It
know?
does. It does. I mean, the sparkling with all, it, and you see it in the cards a lot of times.
Yeah,
Sparkling on the water.
yeah. Oh, my tarot cards. The first time I used the deck,
Uh-huh.
um, I had been having in my old deck, the death card kept coming up and coming up, and
Uh-huh.
it didn't seem to be appropriate in the, you know, it's like, oh, are you trying to tell me something? And so I went shopping for, and that's another story. And I brought this deck home and to the hotel room and read through the little white book a little bit. And so then I took the cards out and shuffled them up. And the first reading that I did, it came up with the death card again. And I was just, oh my God. But then I looked at the card and it has sunshine sparkling on the water.
Sparkling on the water.
And
Absolutely.
it was absolutely, it transformed the death card for me completely.
Yeah.
And it will never be the same again.
Well, you know that the death card actually, I believe, I can't remember specifically, but it is the transformation card.
Sure it is.
So
You see that
and you
card, it's
use
got
the
all the new
word
growth coming.
transformed.
Yeah.
And it was like, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're deep in it. And we've gone, this is what I want people to understand. Relax.
Yeah.
We're past the worst. If we don't feed into that energy, it'll stop. Let's let it stop. You know, just take the pressure off. Revel in the beauty that you can find and create.
Yeah.
Revel in it. Be joyful, because we're on the way. You know, we're on the way. The promise that she gave, Gaia's promise of peace going forward, there shall be peace, written in stones and inspired words.
Yeah.
It was the most encouraging thing that could ever have happened to me. And yet, you know, there's the other really inspiring, magical things that have happened to me as well. And it's like, why on earth should I have so much magic happen in my life? And that's why I coined the phrase, Mom. It's the magic in ordinary moments.
Ordinary moments, absolutely.
I fought being ordinary all my life, and I worried that I was ordinary, and I fought with whether I really wanted to be ordinary, and you know, nobody see me, and that, you know, that doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah. I
And
know the feeling.
really, were you one of those?
Well, I've always struggled with what I call the mush in between. There's the people who don't do anything, the people who do everything, and then the mush in between.
Ah,
And I've
that's the
always
original.
felt mushy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, I don't experience you that way at all.
And I am aware that there really is times when I'm actually more than mush. But a friend of mine and I coined the phrase "the mush in between." And it just,
I like it.
so, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you always want to mush your mom.
But it's
Oh,
weird. It's because because we know the good things that we do, and we just have to become aware. And I actually I'm on step number 7 right now.
step number 7. Oh, you're coming up on 8. 8 is the one that I've been having trouble with.
Well, number 7, I made a very completely different type of exercise out of it.
Oh, wonderful.
I used the cards to answer the questions.
Oh, that's my girl. Oh, good for you.
And I used I believe it's because I have it right here, the animal tarot totem. Animal Totem Tarot. I'm reading it. I'm reading it weird.
Very nice.
Now, but
Nice
here's
and
the thing. I went into my thing here. Why is it always coming up on that? Okay. Into my tarot sampler. And I hit, let me see if I can find explore. All right. And so I hit the spreads and I looked through them. And I was just trying to find one that was really, spoke to me. And let me just see what it was called. Oh, I can tell what it was called by looking at the pictures. That's right. Yes, it's a straight up and down. It goes from floor to ceiling. Oh, there it is. The Inner Totem Pole was the spread I chose. And it is from the Animal Totem. But I use the cards, in the tarot sampler, you get cards from everywhere, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I love that sampler.
And so the Inner Totem Pole, basically, the first card is fertile ground. That's really the base,
Yes, absolutely.
Then the roots, then the seat of creation,
Oh,
the hot seat,
nice.
the mediator energy, communication, the eyes have it, and awareness. Those are the 8 particular ones.
I love that.
And so I was just using the sampler deck, so it was cool. Let me just go back here for a minute and go into, where does it show? I'm always, let me see if it shows where my last one. It should show me where my last thing was. I know it should show me that. Today's card get update. Probably, oh, there it is, journal. Ah. So the name of the 7th, or the work in it, is Who Am I? Okay, so I thought, well, the cards. Yeah. All right. I thought the cards, they'll do it. So I get in and I choose the cards. And the first card, which is the fertile ground, is the Magician from the Counterculture Tarot.
Oh.
Krishnamurti.
Krishnamurti. Oh, my.
So I'm like, oh, right. Yeah. I'm counterculture all the way. I turned everything off. Go back. Where you are. Go back.
Oh, our technology. Don't we just love it?
I do.
Yeah.
So fertile ground, Krishnamurti. The next one was the roots, and it was the Paulina Tarot Strength card. I don't know if you can see that though. Yeah. But and that's the roots. And I wrote
I think you
a
have to
journal about it.
describe it for me.
It's there is a winged lion.
That's what I thought it was, but I couldn't be sure. And what is the winged lion doing?
The winged lion is up against a woman who has her hand in his mouth. So she's taming the lion in strength.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Well, because that's what strength is about.
Yeah, of course it is.
What's cool is that, like, you know, when you go back to fertile ground for a minute, it says this card is the fertile ground where everything you create is rooted and grows from. These are not the roots themselves, but the earth, Gaia, in which they grow, expand, and feed. The bottom of your totem pole is what holds everything else up.
Yeah.
It provides the guidelines for everything. So that's the fertile ground. And I got
Krishna,
the magician. Yeah.
The magician.
And,
of course, that's so true about you.
And the roots is, in all good soil lie the root systems of healthy, abundant plants and trees. The root system is what brings the much needed nutrients up to the rest of your totem pole. So each one, okay,
Yeah.
because this thread comes from the animal totem tarot, each one of these speaks about the animal. So I went into my deck. I have the physical deck here.
Nice.
And I looked at the magician. So I have two cards that I'm using. Krishnamurti from the, you know, the magician
tarot.
from the counterculture. And then the animal that goes with it. So
nice.
that's, and I started writing that up. I have the list. It's so cool. And this is so cool. The magician in the animal totem is a fox. And who has foxes in her yard?
You.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh my gosh. So then the roots, in the animal totem, the strength card is an ox.
Oh, and it's the year of the ox.
Oh my gosh, that's right. So weird. And within each of these, in the book of the animal totem, each one has a message from the individual animal.
Nice.
So it's really nice, and that's what I put in. Besides talking a little bit about, you know, the position in the card, is what the message from the animal.
Yeah, if you put all of the messages together in one little blurb, that would be a really nice excerpt, or a promotional piece. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the next one is the seed of creation. Okay, now get ready for the big one, because it is the Emperor, which is my soul card. Of course, the Emperor here, of course, was the King Arthur from the Arthurian legend.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Isn't he? However, I truly have done this on my desktop here. I have set up for the last couple of years 3 cards that are my protectors. 2 of them are the emperors, and the other is a spirit guide animal that I've been so drawn to from the moment that I ever saw it, that it was just like. But here is the emperor. He's so cool. The gorilla.
Oh, look at him.
Isn't he mighty? He is just gorgeous. So the other two, the Emperor is the other regular Emperor is actually from Robin Wood's deck, which it happened to be the first deck that I bought for myself when I was in the Eclectic Tarot. So
Beautiful.
that's him, the
He's
Emperor.
beautiful too.
Yes. This is one of the nicest Emperor cards I've seen. It's gorgeous. But one of my most favorite beings in the whole world are orcas.
Oh, look
So
at
the
that.
orca is in here in this, it's the chariot.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so I have them just, they've been sitting up here protecting me.
Excellent.
So that's that. So the gorilla is the seat of creation. The animal aligned to this position in your totem pole sits at your seat of creation. The card draws life up from the roots and brings it into physical form. That's very cool. So it talks, about that. Um, so
Nice.
then I have the message, from each one. The next card, the hot seat card.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what my other personal card is besides the death card? The Seeker.
Right.
And the next hot seat card was the Fool from the Paulina Tarot, which is
Oh
the
my
Seeker
God.
card. I mean, who am I? This is what it was about.
Yeah, really.
And get this,
Does
okay?
she have your number or what, huh?
She has my number. And what I find so interesting is the different animals that came up for the Fool was grasshopper from Kung Fu.
Oh, I love that.
Eat grasshopper. So I got the message from grasshopper. And the hot seat is just basically pulling, as I said, pulling up from the center because the seat of creation was the center, so it pulls it up. And so the next one is, and this is a beautiful card. And I had not seen it before. The mediator energy. And it says, in many respects, this card represents the mediator energy within your totem pole. It brings the energies from both above and below and merges them into one. And it is the wheel from the Druid Craft Tarot.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Taking that I am.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, go ahead.
I desire to play with your decks. But the tarot sampler is
it is so great.
It is so great. It is so great. And it is creating a market for tarot decks, I believe.
Yeah. And so just briefly to go through the other ones,
I wanted to. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, that's okay. The mediator energy is the wheel. Yeah, is the wheel. Okay, so the wheel, tell me if I haven't gotten to write this one yet. Is that a ladybug?
It certainly is.
That's what I thought. So that is the mediator energy. So I have to get message from the ladybug. I love ladybug.
Me too. What a lovely card.
Mm-hmm. For the wheel.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And the fact that it is a ladybug that is turning the wheel, I think, is rather eloquent.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. So that I like the fact that it pulls the two together and they become one. They merge. That is really nice. I still, like I said, I still have to get the message from that one. The next one, interestingly enough, is about communication.
Right.
It
Throat
says
chakra.
after the energy in your totem pole moves up through the mediator, it will deliver a message. Communication. And the tree from the Gaia tarot deck is the
Look
message.
at that.
Yeah.
That's the deck we
that
share.
right?
Oh,
Right?
how lovely is that?
Uh,
And to speak of that.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. And the card that goes with the Hanged Man is, and I'm still trying to, I haven't gotten to look up all of them, but
or the
I
tree.
get the sense of the spider.
Oh, look at
But
that.
the spider, is it, I'm
Upside
not,
down?
no, it's, well, it's right side up, but let me just take a quick look and see. Because I hadn't gotten that far. I've been writing and writing and writing. And
well, thank you for interrupting your writing to come and join me here.
yeah, the wheel, let me see, the wheel of the ladybug. And then number 12. Oh, come on, turn the page. Turn the page. Okay, 12. Okay, so, oh, no. This is the honeypot ant.
Oh,
Oh my God.
nice.
Oh my
Honeypot
gosh.
ant.
I was
Oh, you
looking
have
at it.
you have to go to the book, Joan. You have to
Yeah.
go to the book and
Mhm.
at least tell me the affirmation for it.
Okay. It says not all. I'm sorry. Let me just take this out for a moment, so because I want to close it up because it's sitting on my, and it's hot. It's because
Ooh.
it's my tablet.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it says not all that is thrust upon us is a bad thing. Sometimes others see, put it under the light, in us what we ourselves are incapable of seeing. Isn't that the truth for me?
That's my girl.
The larger purpose is not always obvious to those closest to it. However, with a sense of detachment, one can easily decide to allow the larger story to unfold without struggling against one's part in it. For there is a certain amount of liberation in one's ability to let go and let God.
What a beautiful message.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Joan,
And that's the message from the.
You can sing that message anytime you want. You come down to Gaia's Zoom room and just sing that out. I want to hear it.
Yeah, the message from the honeypot auntie. I literally was seeing it up. I was seeing a spider. Yeah, see, that looks like a spider to me, right?
Yes, yeah.
It's a honeypot ant.
Nice.
And believe me, we have had ants because we had carpenter ants living in our house for years, and they don't live here anymore. But I should know what an ant looks like.
You should.
Yeah,
the guy who we won't tell anybody.
Yeah, the guy who comes, he sprays outside the house because I won't let him spray in the house. I was always taking the ants in glasses and bringing them outside. So he sprays with an herb.
Yeah.
That will make the carpenter ants not want to come into the house, but doesn't hurt them, and that's the important part.
It doesn't hurt them?
No, they come near it because it's sprayed on.
Avoidance thing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because otherwise I wouldn't have done it. I would never, ever. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Thing I will never do.
I didn't think you would.
No, no. So, okay.
Yeah.
So the next one is stunning. And this has been a reading, the likes of which are very, very strange and amazing. Now, how do I put this back?
I
the
am
way
so
it's
glad that you're telling us.
Yeah. Okay. So the eyes have it is the next one.
Yes.
And
The eyes, yes.
the eyes have it. So yeah, yeah, exactly. Vision is more than just seeing what is in front of your face. It's about being able to see what is not there just as clearly as what is there. Vision is about being able to see the map, the journey, and the destination all at once. So that's not the message, but that's what the eyes have it. I got
Right. Okay.
the world,
Wow.
right? I still have to figure out. To me, when I first looked at it, I thought, "Is that a paramecium?"
Looks like an island.
It does, but it's got to be from the animal totem. So it's got to be a
Oh,
being.
of course it is. It's a Chinaman hat. I don't know what the real name of it, but
Oh my
you see them
gosh.
on the beach. They're like little pyramids.
Not the,
Pyramids. No,
the
not
sand
pyramids.
dollar, not the sand dollar.
Not the sand
Not the
dollar.
sand
No,
dollar.
it's you know what the Chinese hats are
Yeah,
like.
uh-huh.
Yeah, they're little like everywhere.
I'll have to look up and see what it is, but look at this card. It is so gorgeous, the world that was in the reading. It's from the Tarot Royale,
Wow.
and that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I had not seen that before, and I thought it reminded me of Sarah Machete. Maybe it is Sarah Machete's work.
Well, yeah, it could possibly be.
Yeah,
His work is outstanding.
oh my gosh. I bought a deck of his because I fell in love with it the first moment I saw it.
You know, I being a part of this Peace Lab that's going on,
Yeah.
I'm getting to meet some very astoundingly talented people. Yeah, the fellow that I'm referring to at this moment is Rodney Wittenberg, and he's from just outside of Philadelphia, and he creates the most beautiful nature photography, short movies, and other pieces that are just outstanding. And it's, I think his website is melodyvision.com, I guess. I don't know what it is right now, but I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
But my, what beautiful work. And he's being recognized. So he's got like a wall of fame, you know, and, you know, people have to see that kind of thing in order to be drawn in to see these things. But once they're in there, oh my God, the things that he's doing, it's not just nature photography. It's also you know, on pointed films where they've got a subject that they're talking about. One of them is homelessness.
Oh, wow.
And he talks about raising $1,800 for his community, as if that's a good thing. And it's like, that is so much less than what he's doing is worth, in my eyes. The quality, the feeling that it gives for the center of me, that warmth, that needs to be perpetrated. It is absolutely stunning. And he does it with grace and beauty and this biggest smile you've ever seen. And so, well, Peace Week is going to turn out to be really quite astoundingly good.
I hope it does.
My
I look
belief.
forward to it.
Uh,
But let
what-
me tell you what that, just
Oh,
for a second, what
yes.
it is, what this
yeah,
is.
oh yes, what? Oh,
Atoll.
it is an
A-
atoll. It
Is
is.
that what it's called?
Yes, that's the
The
Mediterranean.
Chinese hat.
No, it's not. No,
No, I mean, that's what you
it's the
said.
coral reef. It's a coral reef,
Let
an
me
atoll.
see.
That's where the desert island comes from. You know, with,
Atolls, yeah. She talks, or he, whoever, Lisa, says atolls are fascinating as they truly are a complete thriving world. They take millions of years to develop, and if the right elements are not present, then they cannot grow. Atolls are coral reefs. Excellent. You are very, very brilliant. Ah, that's exciting.
oh, and to have that, was that for your crown chakra? Or
No, that was the one.
the site?
The okay, good.
The
It's the eyes have it.
eyes have it.
Yeah, the eyes have it, and the animal.
And that you got, it looked like an eye as well.
Yes, it did. There's like a wreath coming up out of what looks like a golden. Almost reminds me, you know, at the Olympics, how they have the place where they light the torch.
Yeah.
And it's a big round. That's what it reminds me of. May not be what what was meant, but behind the person who's rising up out of it, there's a wreath around them,
Mhm.
and then there's a orange ball right behind them.
Yeah, it's like a gong.
Okay, am I showing it?
I think so. Yeah, it's the globe.
Yeah, looks like a globe, and then there's like some she's holding scarves
Ah,
in her
lovely.
hand. So it's just so beautiful. The eyes have it. The animal, which is the world, was the atolls. So I wanted to see
A world in itself.
yeah, yeah. Vision is more than I had read that to you. Try to see where it says something about the animal, because I always like to see what they're specifically,
It is a conglomerate of animals.
yeah.
It's like a body. It's like a world in itself. A
Yeah.
cell. It's a cell. The whole
Well,
thing
that's
is
why
a
I
cell.
said it reminds me
You
of
can
an
walk
amoeba.
into it. Yeah. Of what?
When I looked at it, it reminded me of an amoeba
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's like it looks like one cell.
Yeah.
One cell. No, I can't find the word
I think
animal
that is.
here.
I think that is so neat. No, you probably wouldn't find it because people don't conceptualize an atoll as an animal.
True. However, that's what came out of the animal totem. That's where it's
Oh.
from.
Oh.
It's from the animal totem. So the world, here's the message. Do you know what condition your condition is? No.
Well said.
Do you know what conditions are necessary to create a thriving new world? There is a special ingredient list, and everything has to come together at the exact same time. It is not easy to complete and sustain a thriving ecosystem, but with time, patience, and perseverance, it can be done. Miss any one step or any one ingredient, and you will not get that which can sustain life. Instead, you will get just a momentary look at what the world would have been. That's the message from the Atom.
Oh, get it together, guys.
Absolutely, but such very, very amazing cards. Last card, okay, is the
This is for the
top.
crown.
No, no, wait a minute. This is not the last card. What happened to the last card? Ah, okay, yeah. Not the last card. Oh no, it is. Okay, I keep getting this mixed up. Okay, this is the last card, and it's awareness. The crown
Of course
chakra.
it is. That makes sense.
And our final stop is, of course, the top of the totem pole, the position that oversees all below it. Once the energy has traveled to this point, it is time to send it out into the world around you. So this is the card. It's the shaman card from the Vision Quest. Can you see it?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Joan.
Oh, what happened? It
No, I'm
disappeared.
just kind of blown away. I'm still here.
No, 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 no. I accidentally hit
What
something.
you gave me
Oh,
Krishnamurti
Krishna,
again.
go back. Yeah, that's because
Yes, I
my
know.
hand hit.
He's
Isn't that
beautiful, and
gorgeous?
he's got a wolf and a raven.
Yeah. Isn't it
Oh,
beautiful?
yeah. Have you seen my staff yet?
I knew. Oops. I knew that you were putting a staff together, and I saw parts of it. I don't know if you finished it.
He finished it, and I'll get it later. I want to finish this
Oh,
piece. I'll
yes.
show it to you later.
Well, anyway, so the shaman is the teacher.
Oh,
That's the card, the awareness card that the Vision Quest, tarot. It's the shaman is the
wow.
teacher or the Hierophant. I
Oh,
like to say the teacher
lovely.
because of the Gaia
But I
tarot.
love that it's the shaman card. It's
I
not
do
the
too.
teacher card.
Is that not so amazing? This reading. This is just like so everything
You
about
have
me.
been honored, Joan. This is one of those I see you by Mama Gaia or Spirit or
Yeah,
the what did I come up with?
every bit of it.
The energy that enlivens all.
Yeah. And there's a lot of talk about energy in here too. The card from the animal totem, I believe that is,
A polar bear.
yeah,
And it's got a key underneath it?
two
Keys.
keys, two keys,
Yeah. Two
keys
keys.
to the kingdom.
Oh, nice. And this one is the Hierophant. Of course it is. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Adam totem for Hierophant.
yeah, yeah.
Ah, nice. Well, isn't that, and he's got a smile on his face.
He does. He's sitting there like, all right. Yeah, he's. It's just an amazing reading, and it's for this number 7 step.
And what was the purpose of your reading?
In the number 7, and in fact, I can tell you. Let me see. Oh, I can actually reach it. Thank you. Oh, yay, yay, number 7. Who are you? Is what I called it. But it talks about you're going to work with your feet and and you do some dancing and stamping and stomping and stuff. It's called stomp, I think, at the beginning. But the questions that they have basically stomp. Put on your favorite music. By the way, okay. Who are you from the Who?
Of course. Of course. Yeah.
What wouldn't be better than that? You know
No,
what I'm
there's
saying?
nothing better than that. And I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that everybody understands what you mean by number 7. And it's the step number 7 in the challenge of the Peace Labyrinth.
It's
And
finding
he's
out.
part of the
Yeah.
Peace Lab. Yeah. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah. Number
It-
7 is that's a very creative way of addressing the challenge, Joan. It's so
yeah.
it's so you. I love you.
Well, you know, it just like I'm sitting there looking at it at the page and everything, and I'm thinking, I need, you know, when it asks the questions, you know, who are you? That's how I feel.
Oh
What?
dear.
I mean, this is, you know, it's really, who am I? I am so many parts. I did tell you this once, I think. I drew a picture once of, I don't know where this is. Let's close this out for a minute. Close. I drew a picture once. I think it was in a journal that I had on retreat with me. And I drew a circle in the middle and I put the word goddess in there. And then I drew lots of circles around them that expresses all the parts of me. I remember studying, I was part of the group. My mother was part of the group. I didn't stay as long as she did. She stayed longer than I did, but I did go. And you know who George Gurdjieff is?
I should.
He was a Russian slash really Armenian philosopher, and he wrote books. And he, during his time in Russia, they had to leave because of the situation there. And he had people who he was teaching, and they walked from Russia to France by foot. His books, I have all of Gurdjieff's books because my mom had all of his books. And
I've seen a little movie about him.
yes, the five, oh, what was it called? The five men or the five greatest people. I can't remember the exact movie, but I know what you're talking about. And he and one of his greatest disciples or followers was Ospensky, who wrote a lot of his books because Gurdjieff wrote in Russian.
Right.
So Ospensky wrote the books in English.
Ah.
And so really amazing. And the whole point of Gurdjieff was about how many eyes we all have inside of us. So that's kind of what made me draw that circle
Absolutely.
with all the little satellites around it, the teacher, the lover, the this, the that, the other thing. So that's where that came from. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was, and this reading speaks more for me than I could have for myself.
That is astounding, Joan.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what better than using the cards? Like, wow.
Well, I really like your animal totem cards, and I want to ask you if you've got a hawk card in there. Now, the reason I ask you is because Chief Phil Lane Jr. was on Humanity Rising today. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And he talked about, the prophecies and the 16 guiding principles and the Condor, Eagle, and Quetzal papers that he's put together. It's an amazing document. And I really feel a pull to want to just give it a dusting up and make it look a little prettier.
Well, let me just take a look and see. I think in the back because
Yeah,
that's where it should.
index is a good place to look. Yeah.
Yeah. The one says power animals, the other says animal guides and totems, animal archetypes, elemental energies, and animals we fear. Those are the chapters.
Interesting.
And then there's chapter 3.
Well,
4, 5.
that's the table of contents.
Yeah, that's table of contents. So that's why I wanted to look in the back and see if I could find a hawk.
I like the way it's set up, though. The table of contents, the way the book is structured, is a nice structure.
It's an amazing deck, and I got it because these are my brother and sister beings.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I'm glad you said that. That's such a beautiful way of looking at the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel.
So did I tell you why the hawk was important? I just told you about Uncle Phil.
He asked if.
Yeah, so it was while Uncle Phil was talking that I look out my window, just the big window here.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed in the tree right outside the window, there's a hawk sitting there.
Oh, really? Ooh.
So I'm listening to Uncle Phil and I'm looking at this hawk, and it's like, I take a couple of pictures of him as best I can through the window and without startling him. And as he's...
I opened the page. Go ahead, go speak, talk.
Yes, that's him. That's him. I think.
You were, and I opened.
Oh, it's actually his belly was golden. Not.
Well, this is this is a black and white picture.
Oh, well, that maybe he has a golden belly then.
Yeah.
Just an amazing looking creature. And so it's while Uncle Phil is talking. And so I put into the chat, there's a hawk outside the window. And then the hawk decides he's had enough of looking at himself in the mirror that is the window. And he flies at himself right at the house, right at me. And then he aerial acrobatics off into the other way. And it's like,
oh my.
Wow. And so that was really exciting. And so that's why, and I told Uncle Phil, because Uncle Phil came to the after chat. So yeah, we got an extra hour and a half from him. It was just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
The hawk, it's called the Harrier hawk. Harrier hawk. Harrier hawk. Harrier hawk. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to say. And it's the 2 of Pentacles.
2 of Pentacles.
That's what it's for. Would you like to hear the message from the hawk?
Yes.
Every day brings with it something new to deal with. It's like a never-ending cycle of lessons, demands, and chores. Yet I know I am not alone, and that those around me share the same burden. Each of us only deals with that which we are skilled to deal with, meaning we only ever carry small pieces of the larger workload, so none of us ever gets overwhelmed or burned out.
Oh, that would be so ideal. Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is, getting past this really hard stage where you've got only a few people working towards what you want to have happen. And it's like this piece that I've written tonight. I really want this to start getting people interested. It's like Rodney, if I could interest him in my story, he does such beautiful work, and we connected well, and Julie was beautiful with him, and then Leslie and Kurt come in, and it was all just a love fest.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's so important right this second.
Yeah. And then there was Kim Conrad. Wow. I met her when I was down in
You told me.
Colorado.
I did. I'm sorry.
That's
Yes,
okay.
I took my medicine.
Good girl. So I met her when I was down in California, or Colorado, sorry. And she is one of the most beautiful, gracious women I have ever met. She is a poet, and she has this deep voice. And when she's so smart, and she has an awareness of fields and of octaves, and her voice drops occasionally when she goes into like channeling or connection with spirit. And to hear her experiences and believe she's going to be a part of what we create. She is just such a beautiful, beautiful person. And she's done some international work with, and I have a brain like well, I love my brain. I love my brain. I'm so glad I've got a brain. I think I've got a brain.
You do. I can tell you that without a doubt.
Well, I do like to weave words. Weaving words is my passion and my gift.
I know, and beautifully done, I have to say.
Thank you so much. I am deeply honored to carry this gift. Yeah, it has given me such great pleasures. And as you have the shaman, I have a little of that in my my makeup as well. And we do make a fine couple of zooming off together.
Absolute wonder.
I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for Zoom. You know,
Yeah, I am too. You know what? It would be so quiet, and I mean, I don't mind, having all this time to myself because of the pandemic. But you need to be able to have someone to communicate with. So it's so important.
and it's so fun. You know, the last, and I look back on it, it's been 10 years since my breakdown.
Wow.
Wow. And I'm really not sure that's really true. I might have to rethink that, because it really doesn't feel like 10 years. But there was a year in Surrey, then there was 3 years in Kamloops, and then there was a year in Rotterdam. And I've been back for 4 years. So that's
Wow.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a difference a decade makes.
It sure does. It sure does.
Yeah.
What a difference a day makes half the time, but
Isn't there a song about that?
but yeah, I know. But really, I mean, you look back at, the 1980s, and you think about where you were then and what you were doing and all the places that you saw, all the things that came into your life or didn't come into your life when you wanted them to. But that kind of, they go fast. I sit here sometimes and I'm like, 70 years old? Really? It doesn't feel it. There's nothing inside of me that feels, except for my bones, which have arthritis, but that's the physical outside, not the internal. The inner person is not 70. I'm probably about 5 years old.
in places, but the thing is that she's still alive in you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
And
the young stupid one, yeah, she's in there too.
oh gosh, please.
But the elegant laughing woman, she's in there too.
Oh, everybody's in there.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you go through in your lifetime that make up a plethora. Is that the word?
Oh, it is a lovely word.
Yeah.
It's like a
experience.
myriad.
Yeah, of experience,
Yeah.
you know? And so much you kind of forget a little bit.
A little?
All right, a lot. I didn't want to say a lot because I just kind of like was thinking, well, you know, the elder of Earth is sitting there with her spinning wheel, and well, she hasn't forgotten anything, probably.
And there's the rest of us.
Yeah.
Her community that she spins for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's true. It's true.
Oh, we have had some fun.
Oh,
I am so
absolutely.
glad that you've been there to catch my stories.
Oh gosh, they're wonderful.
Well, you know, John Young talks about, you know, being there for kids to catch their stories.
You need to be there for the world.
Well, you just have to get them listening, and I'll
Well,
listen too.
yes, but
And
that's
yeah,
it. I mean, you know, it's like it's
you
not
know,
just kids,
yeah, I know. We all have to start listening.
right? And it says so in here because that was the ears.
Yeah,
The ears have it too.
yeah, truly, truly.
Yeah.
So, gosh, we've covered a lot of territory, haven't we?
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
Alex?
He's a little bit overwhelmed right this moment because he not only has a tube in
Yeah.
his gallbladder, but now he's got a heart monitor on him. So he's like walking around like this.
Oh,
And poor guy. He's going, yeah, poor guy.
yeah.
And you know, he's got very sensitive skin and he can't stand certain types of clothing. He wears just very soft clothing. And so the heart monitor has the diodes or
Straps.
whatever they are. Not straps, the things
Electrodes.
that electrodes, thank you. And so you stick them to the body, but she wanted to make sure they stayed on because they're going to be for 24 hours. So she put tape. It's kind of like
Ooh,
a
yeah.
paper tape, but she put tape across. Well, because that's like so itchy to him, and he's.
Oh.
We figured out on the top one, which was a single geode or whatever you call it.
Electrode.
Electrode. Gee, I like geode better.
Yeah, me too. I wish it were.
Yeah. But on his where he has the tube going in, I have to change his dressing and empty the bag and everything. And the kind of covering over the gauze, I put a gauze on and then I put the covering, is like almost like a piece of cellophane, very soft. It's completely transparent. You can't see it. It's just the skin is what you see.
Wow.
So we thought, well, why don't we take the tape off and put one of those on because he can stand it on the thing. So we got it on the first one, which was up here in the chest, but then we went down to the other two because he has 2, 4, 5. I told you there were 5. Ha, Alex. I told you there were 5. You said there were 3, silly man. Anyway, the ones down here, they're side by side. They're together. So they're longer, and so that little plastic, whatever you call it, won't fit over both of them together. So he's got it. But it's only 24 hours, and it started at 2:45, and he can take it off at 1:45. So we're like so close to him, like being totally finished with it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm
Yeah.
so glad.
So tomorrow we bring it back and dump it on the desk in the place, and
So because I have the power,
Ooh.
I want to share what I wrote, and I don't know if this is actually going to go forward as is. So I don't know if that's a good idea. No, I won't share it.
Oh, why?
Well,
It's
because
just,
it's not right. It has to go through the system, but it. I'm hoping that it might allow me to share the story of the stones in one of the challenge steps.
we talked about that. They should be in there.
I think
That
it
is,
should too.
you
I
know,
think it's really
we're
important.
talking about peace. And what's more peace than Gaia?
And she gives me a promise of peace. I mean, it's not,
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, how could you not have a promise of peace in a peace land?
If you know there's one, why would we not take it and shout
Exactly.
it from the rooftops?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I've been beating the drum for so long. I don't want to sound like. Well, on the other hand, if I get to say, this is the fun part as often as I like, I mean.
All right.
Yeah, well, Leslie is laughing at me saying, "What, you got a meme now?" It's like, worst thing's gonna happen.
And it's catching on because I say it all the time too. This is the fun part.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. Oh, geez.
Oh, geez, this is the fun part. Isn't that a mom?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and I love the way it came out. Oh, it didn't mention that part. Oh, another page that I wrote.
Oh.
I want to talk to you in real time, in ceremony, to weave poetry into reality, in conversation, in cannabis, plants and Gaia and me and you, the greater me, we. This is the fun part.
This is the fun part. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was just, oh, gee.
Oh, geez.
Should have been in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm having the time of my life. And I wrote that poem called I Think I May Be Psychotic. And I really don't think it got good enough readership because people were actually afraid it was going to be doom and gloom.
Right. And if they had just read it.
And yeah, it's like the first line of it. That's all it is. Yeah, I think I may be psychotic, and I'd rather it ends up. I'd rather be this kind of crazy than theirs.
That's absolutely.
And I really want them to come and believe my way, but they don't have to. We're all going to the same end. Let's have fun doing it, and let's make the most of our environment and each other and love each other and have fun and dance and play and create amazingly wonderful, beautiful things and grow beautiful vegetables and share them with each other.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
That's my
I
vision.
want to say one thing about the challenges. We don't have enough time to do them. One day is not enough time.
And this is what I'm looking at. And truly, you should be able to savor these things. You really can't go that fast. It should be at least a day and then
way fast.
Yeah.
It's like.
But this is what happened. you know, and we're full
Yeah.
tilt into it, and it's not going to be over.
No,
At the
but
we're not going to. I really
you
we haven't
continue
talked
doing it.
about it. We're going to continue. We have to continue it. People aren't going to be finished the challenges, and they're
No,
going to want more.
that's what I'm going to say. Not only that is that they're not going to be finished by, you know, Peace Week, but that doesn't mean it doesn't continue.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to continue in different forms because, well, that's what chat action is all about.
Yeah.
We were a bunch of chatters that wanted to stop talking and actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
So we did something, and we became part of Cities Week. And that was an amazing experience. And then we go on to this Peace Week, the Peace Lab,
Yeah.
and the steps in the challenge. And it's so exciting, and it's pulling me forward. And other people are mentioning that this is the dream come true. Excuse me a moment.
May the force be with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that. I sneeze just for you, just to have that.
Oh, thank you. I've been saying that for decades. Literally since 1970s, because the moment I heard it,
Sure, it resonated.
It was like, oh yeah, when you, because you know, there's so many different ways. Yeah. May the force be with you. And remember, well, that isn't what I say, but and remember, no matter where you go, there you are, is the other part, which when Alex and I got married, that we always use that at the very end when the guy was taking the videotape and everything. We stood there and we said, you know, may the force be with you, and remember, no matter where you go, there you are. And it from movies, both from movies. I mean,
well, movies are all about memes, aren't they? They create memes.
It is so cool, and to me, there's a real force. That's the whole point.
Yes. Don't
and she's Gaia.
But she is a manifestation of that same spirit, just on a different fractal level. Sure. This is what the dimensions are. She is our parent, the same way as our physical parents were. But that's a different fractal, and we are the parents of the cells that we that are part of our body. Yeah. These are the different fractals, and that's how nature is made up. She doesn't have to make up new rules and new patterns. The pattern is intrinsic in the entire. That's why they call it a holographic.
Oh, I wish I had a hologram. What did they have on the? What did they have on Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Holodeck.
Holodeck. Thank you.
I want a holodeck too. I'm almost in a holodeck.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I can look at myself and I'm at the beach. I can't believe I drew that.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that was just the most amazing experience. Yeah. Well, not the most amazing experience. That is reserved for the pop-up on my computer that said, "Hi, I think you're my birth mom." and even Gaia's Promise of Peace doesn't touch that.
Well, it's a very personal thing.
Yeah. We were talking really personal things in the after chat today. It was an amazing after chat. Since we came back from a couple of weeks holiday, after Cities Week, or Cities Week began with Cities Week, everything started to improve. You know, it was like we were practicing before, and now every day that Humanity Rising is bringing really good people in, and we have really good after chats. And, you know, and we're so energized because of the Peace Lab. And, you know, all of us, so far as we can tell, and see, that's the thing. We're going through a storming period, as well as we are. There is no norming in this. We're forming and storming and performing all at once. There's no normal. And I don't want normal. This is exciting, co-creationing like I have never experienced. And it is what I went to Rotterdam for. And I had little bits of it now and then when I was there. And it was so exciting. And I knew that that could be more often in more places, in more lives. And it is in mine and in my co-creationers.
Well, see, at Rotterdam, you needed to nibble.
Get a taste of it.
Get a taste of it.
Yeah.
And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
This is what I'm seeing is because I'm, you know, in the time of my life that I am, that I can look back and see the pattern of my life. And therefore, and a hint at the purpose.
Yeah.
And it's not a hint anymore. It's getting really clear. It's like the answer to the dream, how did you get here, is answered in the words I gave to the moon in that epiphany by the river. You know, I will speak for you when the time is right. And there is no other time than now.
Right.
And it's been leading up to now for a long time.
Well, there had to be things going on inside of you that were healing and those kinds of things. You know, things happen at the rate at which they happen, no faster, no slower.
Yeah, but the closer the weaving, the more vivid the vision is. And when we come together and we talk, we can see the vision clearer because of the synergy of our group.
Yeah.
And it's like every group out there will have that same experience because our clarity is more available when we co-creation, we talk and communicate about what we are doing and wanting and desiring. And what I see happening in this group, because we are separated by so much, the issues are more vivid, and yet we're not really affected so much by day-to-day activities. So we get to really concentrate on our own stuff. And the waves that some people cause are really quite vivid. You can see where the issues are, and you can kind of address them and bring them in and say, hey, we love you. What's going on? You know, and so let's work together. Let's fly this V in a good way, helping each other. And I see it as a really vivid opportunity to see through the perspective of an anthropologist, and the other professionals in the group. I mean, the quality of people that I get to play with is just astounding.
Yeah.
And we want more. We want more people. We want the young ones to come in here eager to listen to what's going on and willing to put up with the, you know, challenges of listening to the, doing it the long and hard way. You know, because the long and hard way, which is the talking forever and the hard conversations and all that, and getting to know the people in the group and following, you know, who we are, and to me, it's more like a drama or certainly not a soap opera, because this is the exciting part. We're watching in real time the forming of a community of intention that is focused on going forward. And the the uncomfortablenesses kind of fall away when we focus on what's important.
Right.
And
And that's
yet,
true.
if we don't honor the emotions, we're missing a huge part of what the guidance is in there and the opportunities to get to know each other better. Otherwise, it's just more of the old way.
Yeah.
We don't want to do business like that anymore.
No, not at all.
So we're learning.
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes I wonder if that's true.
What?
People's motives sometimes might be not what you would judge to be what you would want a co-creator to have. And you know what comes to mind is the place that I landed when I came back from traveling to Colorado, and Mom found me that Tom's place where I house sat,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to go through some judgments there because at the time I was a vegetarian and he was a hunter,
Mm-hmm.
and basically that it was, you know, looking at the world from a different lens. And you know, you got to have fuzzy edges. This is what I came to the realization when I went in there. You know, your belief structures are not the same as others, and I guess you have to figure out, you know, what you will tolerate and what you won't, and you get closer to the ones that you will tolerate, and you stay further away from the things that you don't. And there's a natural order to that.
Alex and I, two completely different. He's a carnivore. I'm an herbivore.
Yeah.
You know? And we live very happily together. He can be what he wants to be because I accept who he is and he accepts who I am. And that's the important part. You know, I mean, I'm not, you know, telling him you can't eat meat in front of me. It's his life, you know. He wants to eat.
Yeah. We do the best we can in love. And,
Absolutely.
you know, what more can be asked?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're doing okay. You
I
know,
think we are.
when I get such beautiful writing talking to you,
Oh gosh.
you know,
Mm.
this is the reason why I read that little piece to you about I want to speak to you in conversation in real time, in ceremony, to weave poetry into reality. Because poetry is where imagination lies. And
Yeah.
imagination is the most powerful gift
Mm-hmm.
that we have been given. And we've all been given the imagination.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And
I
so that should be our first clue.
yeah. I recently it happened for quite a while. Went over and looked at many years ago, back in Texas probably. Um, I belonged to a poetry group, and I wrote poetry every week, and I still have it, you know. And I went back over and was reading it, and that's when I sent you one of the poems. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
Yeah. And it just and they're so different. They're so different from each other because the person who was running the group would give us, you know, a prompt.
Yeah.
and then we would then just write. And that's how my blogging also worked out. We got a prompt, we wrote, you know, but
Working with a writing coach is so much fun, and we're seeing a lot of that happening on the internet these days. And the stories that are coming out are great. I haven't had any time to actually read any of them, but what's her name? The redhead from who is a follower of Bridget. You also read her stuff, and it's not Brianna Saucy, because Brianna is also a
I'm
sharer
trying to
of
think.
magic,
Yeah,
practical magic,
um,
and I've forgotten her
it's,
name. It'll
it's
come.
not,
She wrote Sovereignty Knot.
it's not,
Of course it
name,
is.
the names, I keep thinking of, I wish I could remember them.
Marissa Gowdy.
Oh, Marissa Gowdy. Okay, thank you, thank you.
I remembered. I'm so pleased. She has, she writes so beautifully, and she is so well versed in the lore of the Celts, back the Gaels, I guess, back in Ireland, and the ancient history, and she has a lovely premise that she puts through in the Sovereignty Knot. She talks about the princess, and God knows I am so much a princess, so often. And I revel in being that, and the queen, and I revel in being that too. My gosh, I am loving my home. Being not on the road for a change is beautiful,
Yeah.
although I do expect we'll end up doing that again.
When
But I want to,
when the world allows us.
yeah, I really would like to settle Joanne in a good place before I go, though, because she is, she needs to be the teacher that she is, and the gardener that she is, and she has so many gifts to give. She's a teacher of Baha'i, and I find that a very uplifting and inclusive faith, and very respectful. I honor their teachings. I don't follow their religion, but I know that it is soothing for people to feel held within a structure like that. It's not comfortable doing what I do. Um, and um, and we need to gather with like-minded people. And not everybody's going to want to be like me, and nobody's, it's true that way about every other,
Sure.
excuse me, religion. And I imagine OhGs for soccer teams. I do. And because then the players can just be together, they have to quarantine for 2 weeks on the way in. And during that time, they're watching videos of the other players, and the other players are watching videos of them, and they're getting to know each other before having to get to know each other. So there's no, hard times getting to know each other. Because there's no joshing for position. Blah, blah.
Yeah. Maneuvering for position.
At least this is my thought. I don't know if that's true.
Could be though.
It could be. And like, I know that when I know people this way, you have to learn not to tread on each other's toes, and you learn to listen to each other. And the immediacy of getting to know each other is so vivid when it's face to face and yet not air to air.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is really good training for us. Yeah, she works in mysterious ways.
That's what makes it interesting, though.
Yeah. Well, oh, look at that. It's 7:46. We got 15 minutes or less.
Yep.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah. We came in late, I know, but
Not
this
too
has
late,
been,
though.
no, this has been such a good conversation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I started the recording long before you came in. And yeah, well, you know,
Cool.
when I first got to the conversation, there was a private conversation going on. And so I said, it's all okay. I'm just going off to a breakout room. And never mind me, kind of sliding out through the corner. And so I came in by myself. Actually, I came into room number 7.
Yeah, that's what Marco said. And he had put you in number
And
1.
I saw when I came out to get you,
He called it Gaia's.
I saw the Gaia's Zoom room. It's like, oh, Marco made one for me. Oh,
Yeah.
nice, instead of number 7. And so I came in and brought you into Gaia's Zoom room. Yay.
Appreciate that.
This was another stroke of brilliance, you know, and this is, I don't know what, you know, I love the seed of it. And I hope it endures, because Marco and Christopher and Jamin and Shamena, I mean, what a wonderful group. And there's other people that come and they go, and they come and they go. And the service that is being provided at the conversation and the campfire at the conversation, I think it really was inspired. And Jamin came in just at the right time. And I was inspired to open 2 nights of Gaia's Zoom room, one for Our Heart Gardens, which is this one, and the other one, which is just for Gaia to play with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you come, Joan, every night. And I thank you so much for being such a loyal friend.
It's such a pleasure to be here. It helps me, and just being with you is a treasure.
It's a love fest, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. It's a treasure.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Well, it certainly is. For me, it's a way to ground myself in to the reality that I'm you know, kind of throwing my hook out forward and pulling myself to, you know, I want to manifest that beautiful reality that I talk to you about, and that I talk to you about, you know, the one that we are. And, you know, every once in a while I get an opportunity to speak the truth that I have come to accept as real, that I'm walking into with you and with you. And it's the turning of the torus of time that is tesseracting us into the next dimension. And this is the fun part. I'm having the time of my life, and I want everybody to realize and enjoy the time of their lives as well.
Side note here.
Side note.
Alex has a tesseract that he built on our headboard.
No.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I am so impressed.
Well, he's very into all.
He is that kind of guy.
He is. And he has a tesseract. I'll have to take a picture of it and send it to you.
Oh, that
so
would
you can
be
see what it
wonderful.
looks like. It's made of kind of like Lego toys.
Wow.
But it's a tesseract.
Oh, that is so neat. That's the box inside of the box kind of thing.
Let me get it for you. I'll show it to you. Hang on a second.
Oh, goody, goody. Oh, this is fun. Have you seen a tesseract? We're going to see it together. I did see one being on TED Talk, I think it was. Very interesting. Of course, you can't do it in real time. It's like drawing a cube on a flat surface. You can't get that extra dimension in, but you can get the impression of that dimension. And so here we go. See, that's it. That's
Let me put my
it.
headphones on. He built this.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. That is so neat.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And keeping in mind that that is like a drawing of a cube.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be that it's an impression of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
In real
it
time,
is.
that the tesseract that makes possible the unfurling of the wings of the butterfly, phoenix, dragon that we are.
Yeah. He's very, very scientific and
Yes.
enjoys physics and all kinds of stuff. And
Yep. I have this little dabble. Yes, it's gorgeous. I can see you.
yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah,
today
it sits on the bedside.
I had the opportunity to bring in the concept of romper room and the magic mirror.
Really? Oh, what fun.
It was
What
wonderful.
fun.
Oh, we do have fun in the after chat. We
That's
do.
good. That's important.
Yeah. So I'm going to, yeah, it's just about time. And
Yeah. And I'm going to make food.
make food. Thank you so much for doing what you do in order to support your own reality so that we can be in this reality together.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you so much. So much.
Hug yourselfie. Somebody else called it something else, and I don't know. It's a hug yourselfie.
It's a hug
And-
yourself. It's
Yeah.
hugging me. Me hugging me is you hugging you. That's just the
And
reality.
it's me hugging you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
So is tomorrow evening?
Absolutely.
Good.
Unless, of course, something comes up.
Yeah, we're hoping. You see, tomorrow's Wednesday, so we're just going to be returning his monitor tomorrow. And
What I have been noticing is that we do seem to miss Wednesdays.
sometimes
Yeah.
it depends.
Yeah. And so I want
Sometimes
to leave that
you
open.
need. Yeah,
Exactly.
sometimes you need to have time for yourself.
Well,
because
if I'm on for an average
I
of
know.
14 hours a day, it's
it's
and a little bit of the unlisted on Netflix is it's fun. I watched an episode over dinner this evening.
yeah.
And it's for a dystopia kind of a future, it's kind of fun. And the kids make it that way.
Ah.
It's created down in Australia. And
Oh, what fun.
yeah, it really is, you know, and what it's a takeoff on 1984 or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, where all of the kids are automated. They're trying to create, you know, superhumans.
Yeah.
And so
Huh.
they have super strength, but they go into trance, and everybody does the same thing. And sometimes, well, there's these unlisted ones who don't have the implant.
Mhm.
And it's them trying to stay away, and the intrigue, and there's a doctor that's
Yeah.
a relative, and the family is a family of East Indians,
Ah.
Indians, And the grandmother is, she's familiar to me, but she is just amazing. She is so perfect. She's just wonderful. And the two main characters are twins. One
Oh,
wears
that's
glasses and
cool.
the other one doesn't.
That is so
And
cool.
absolutely, they are it's beautifully written, beautifully charactered,
Hmm.
and there's no blood and guts, and it's young people, and they're in concerning situations, and they're trying to change the world. Yahoo!
Yeah, yeah. Is
Yeah.
that a Canadian show?
No, Australia.
No, but you said it was on Netflix, but we don't
No,
get.
no, I get the US
Oh, okay.
Netflix.
Because there's a lot of times we don't get things that other.
You should be able to find that unlisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
There's
I
so
think you'll
many
like it.
things that have popped back up that we can watch. Like for instance, we were watching Outlander,
Uh-huh.
and I just saw the other day new episodes. So now we get to watch the next season.
Yay! I'm so happy about that. Oh,
It's
it's time for another Netflix binge. I'll wait until after Peace Week, though.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
You're
want to be able
working
to devote some time to
yeah.
that.
Well, we kind of, one of the things that we do at lunch and dinner is watch something.
Yeah.
And when a lot of things that we'd watched, and then you want to go get something else. And it came at the perfect time that Netflix put Star Trek SG, not Star Trek, Stargate SG-1 in trending. And we'd seen it when it first came out back in 1997, the year we got married. And so watching it again now is like for the first time
Going
because
back
that's
in time.
so many years, 24 years
Oh,
ago.
that's wonderful.
And we're just having the greatest time, and Cappy watches it with us. And so when
nice.
it's over, the music at the end is so great, and Cappy dances to it. It's a lot of fun.
It's nice when
But
Kathy
yeah, there's so
joins
many
in.
different things, that we each watch separately, but there's things we watch together and having a lot. We're what for a day or two late, but we're watching The Lake House for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
which
of
is
course
lovely.
you are. Of course you are.
Yeah. And there are things
Valentine's.
in that are so specific to Alex and I that it's weird. I mean, literally, the main male character's name is Alex. Okay, that's like, how can
So
you?
you should write them all down and send them along with the link to the movie, and I'll post it on my a different place or something.
Yeah, it's really, really a lovely movie. And I love Sandra Bullock.
Oh,
and I
so
love
do
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I mean, you can't get better than that.
Can't.
So we watch different things. Tomorrow we're going to finish it, and then after that, every President's Day, which we missed yesterday, of course, we watch an American President with Michael Douglas.
Yes,
It's
Michael
wonderful.
Douglas. Yes.
And we're now alternating between that and Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, Kiefer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm taking the Tesseract home.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Joan.
Oh, thank you. And I'm glad I could share the reading with you. And
oh yeah, what what a reading. What a reading. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Be safe, be well, sleep happy.
Oh, your lips to God's ears.
Okay.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Mwah.